Okay, so today we're talking sock monkeys.
Sock monkeys.
Yeah, you know those like classic toys with the button eyes and the goofy
You're
grins?
right.
But what if I told you there's this whole world of sock monkey art out there?
Yeah.
And it's like surprisingly deep and meaningful. We're going to dive into the work of this artist, Shannon Grissom.
Yeah.
She's like taken this childhood icon and turned it into something really special.
It's wild how, like, an image that's so simple can make people feel happy and comforted,
Yeah.
like universally.
Yeah.
And Grissom really gets that across in her work, but she also uses the sock monkey to explore some pretty, like, heavy themes, too.
That's so interesting, and that's what we're going to like unpack today. We've got a bunch of Grissom stuff to look at. Her
Yeah.
website, artist statements, even some interviews. It's like we're getting a backstage pass to how she creates. And you won't believe this.
Yeah.
It all started because she was paying tribute to her mom who had passed away.
Right. Grissom got her mom's sock monkey and kept it for years, tucked away in a cedar chest.
Ah.
Eventually, she decides to paint it. She makes a still life with the sock monkey as the focus.
Mm.
And that's how her whole art journey began.
You know, that thing about the cedar chest really got to me. It reminds me of all the random stuff we all have that's full of memories.
Yeah,
For Grissom, that sock monkey wasn't just a toy. It was how she connected to her mom.
totally. And it helped her deal with her grief,
Yeah.
It was a way to put those feelings into something creative and beautiful. In one interview, she says that painting that first sock monkey was like opening up a floodgate.
Wow.
Suddenly, she's got all these pictures in her head, all these different sock monkeys just waiting to be painted.
So it wasn't a one-time thing. It like sparked something in her. She found her muse, and it was a sock monkey.
Exactly. And this is where it gets really interesting. When you look at Grissom's early paintings, you can see how her grieving process shows up in her art.
Oh, wow.
Like there's this one called Sock Monkey Sunset.
Oh, okay.
It's a sock monkey by itself on a window seat, looking at this crazy sunset.
I love that.
And the colors are kind of sad, but also hopeful, like that mix of feelings you get when you're grieving.
It's incredible how art can be such a good way to process emotions.
For sure. It gives you a voice, a way to show what you're feeling when words aren't enough.
Ah.
And the cool thing is that her journey, how she coped with loss, it spoke to a lot of people.
It's amazing how her art like connected with people all over the world, but she didn't just stop at paintings.
Oh, man.
This is the really fun part. Get ready for it. Sock monkeys everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. I'm talking children's books, oracle cards,
Yeah.
and get this, golf club head covers.
Well,
Golf club head covers.
Who would have thought?
That's amazing. It just shows you how versatile that image is. It can be anything. It can cross any line. You see that same like playful but deep thing in other art.
Yeah.
Like Andy Warhol's pop art. He
Oh.
took normal everyday stuff and made it iconic. Grissom's doing something similar, but with way more heart.
Definitely. And speaking of heart, I was looking at pictures of those golf club covers on her website,
Yeah.
and I can't help but smile.
I know.
Imagine being out on the green, and you pull out your clubs with a sock monkey on them.
Right.
It's like bringing some fun to a sport that's usually so serious.
And it goes back to that thing about sock monkeys being universal. It doesn't matter how old you are, where you're from, or what you're into. Everyone loves a sock monkey. So true. And that happiness, that's a big part of Grissom's work. It's not just about dealing with sadness. It's about finding joy, spreading it around, and getting those creative juices flowing.
Exactly. Which brings us back to where she started. That first spark, Grissom just wanted to do something to remember her mom.
Mm.
But from that really personal place, she created something everyone can connect with.
She even had an exhibit at the Midway Village Sock Monkey Museum. Can you believe that?
No way.
That's like the Sock Monkey Hall of Fame or something. But there's this quote on her website that really stood out to me. It says, "Amazing what a spark will ignite and where it will go if you fan the flame." It's like she's saying, hey, you've got something special inside you too. Don't be afraid to let it out. See where it takes you.
And just look where it's taken. Her exhibits, books. People all over the world know her work. But more importantly, she's making people happy.
Yeah.
And bringing them together.
You know, it's inspiring, right? It's not just about her own art. It
Mhm.
seems like she's encouraging other people to be creative too.
It's true. There's something about those sock monkeys. They're like childlike feeling they give you. Makes it seem like anyone can be artistic.
Totally. Like,
Yeah.
if she can make art with a sock monkey, maybe I can too.
Exactly.
It reminds us that art doesn't have to be so serious, you know?
Yeah.
It can be fun and personal and come from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we wrap up our deep dive into sock monkey art, what are some of the big things we can take away from all this?
Well, I think Grissom's story really shows us how art can help you deal with your emotions, especially when you're grieving. She took something that made her sad and turned it into something beautiful and hopeful.
Absolutely. And you know what else? Inspiration can come from literally anywhere.
Hmm.
Never underestimate the power of a simple sock monkey.
It shows how important it is to pay attention,
Mhm.
to find those beautiful and meaningful things in everyday life. And I think the biggest takeaway is that we all have that spark of creativity inside us, no matter how small. And it can become something amazing, especially if we're brave enough to share it with the world.
So true. Well, if you could use your own creativity, however that looks for you, to spread some joy or connect with people, what would you do? Something to think about, huh? And if you want some inspiration, I highly recommend checking out Shannon Grissom's work. You might just catch yourself smiling at those goofy sock monkey grins
Eh,
and feel that spark ignite inside you.